today about the mining hazards and safety precautions. So, uh, definitely, we are going to deal with the hazards associated with mining and what are the steps you have to take to bring down the hazards by all available means to continue to an acceptable level so that people will feel comfortable to work in the mining environment. So unless the people are comfortable to work in the mining environment, so they cannot produce minerals. That is why we have to give them a safe place to work. Safety is first, production is next. That is the slogan given in mining industry. So why and where we should take care? The mining job, involves the extraction of precious stones and minerals deep within the earth. In addition to that, miners also use heavy earth-moving machineries and other specialized equipments and tools that can be that can be uh, that can be risky to operate. That can be risky to operate, and therefore the mining is considered a toughest job, considered as the toughest job next to army in USA. So the mining is called the toughest job next to army. So if you see the Indian scenario in India, if you see the scenario in India, the mining industry in India is a major economic activity which contributes to the major economy of our country. You know that second largest manpower working in mining industry next to your agriculture. In India, agriculture is the first profession where maximum people are working. Next to agriculture, mining is the second profession where a lot of people are engaged in the mining industry. So mining industry is the second largest industry in India. Since mining in India is not fully mechanized, most of the activities are not fully mechanized, mine hazards prevail more commonly. Mine hazards are there because the mines are not fully mechanized. Hence, Indian government established an organized body called Director General Mine Safety in Dhanbad in Jharkhand. So to look after the safety of the people working in mining industry, the government of India has established an organized body which is called the Director General Mine Safety, situated in Dhanbad in the state of Jharkhand, who is looking after the safety in your mining industry. What is the role of DGMS? What, what work Director General Mine Safety is doing? What is the role of Director General Mine Safety? They inspect the mines. They go for inspection of the mines, operated safely or not, whether the safety standards are followed in the mines or not. So they frequently go for inspection of the mines, and they go for investigation also. If any accident has taken place in your mines, so they will go for uh, investigation of the accidents, investigation of dangerous occurrence like your fire, explosion, roof fall, inundation. If any danger hazard has occurred in your mines, then the DGMS people will go and investigate to find out the cause of the incident. And the DGMS people also go for emergency response. Emergency response. If anything, if there is problem in the mines, so the DGMS people will go and help you, or they will help to take out from the problem in your mining industry. So that is the role of the DGMS playing uh, for inspection of the mines, for investigation into accidents, for investigation into dangerous occurrences in the mines, for investigation into emergency response. And the DGMS also does approval of mine safety equipments. Whatever mine safety equipment you are going to use in your mining industry, that should be approved by DGMS. Whatever material you are going to use your mines, that should be approved by DGMS. Whatever appliances are you are going to use in your mining industry, that should be also approved by DGMS. And this certification of explosives to be used in the mines. So what type of explosive you should use in your mines, so that certificate the DGMS will give you. So what are the permitted explosives, what are the dangerous explosives, what are high explosives, what are low explosives, what type of explosive will be used in what type of mines. And for that, the DGMS gives the certificate for different type of explosives to be used in your mines. And they also promote safety education. The DGMS, Director General Mine Safety people, they promote safety education and safety awareness programs. So these are the jobs carried out by Director General Mine Safety. Director General Mine Safety. So if you see the trends in fatal accidents and death rates in coal mines, you will come to know from this graph uh, that uh, uh, this is this this color uh, is number of fatal accidents, number of accidents, and this green color is showing the number of people uh, died, number of people uh, died in the accident. Okay, so this is the trend in fatal accidents and death rates in coal mines. In coal mines. So if you see 1951, 1961, 1971, 1981, 1991, 2001, 2005, 2009, 2010, 2011. You just see the number of accidents are coming down and down. Number of people killed in the accident is also coming down and down. So in the previous class I have told you that because of the introduction of new technology, the accidents are coming down. No accidents are taking place in your mines nowadays. The whatever has happened in the past, the problem is rectified nowadays. Okay, so from this graph we are able to see how the accident has reduced from 1951 to 2001. If you compare the data uh, in 1951, the number of death cases are more than 300. But if you see the 2011 data, so you'll find that number of people who has made the accident are less, means 60 or 65 like that. Okay, so this is a great relief as the technology is improving day by day. The number of accidents are also going down and down, and a number of people killed in the mining industry is also going down and down. So we are aiming to go for zero accident. So this is 2011. Accidents were 60, but now we are in 2021. Now we are in 2021. Hopefully, the curve has further gone down, and our aim is to go for zero accident, zero hazard. Okay, are you getting my point? This is the purpose for which I am showing this graph to you, that the accidents are coming down and down, and number of death cases are also going down and down, and our mining industry is aiming to go for zero accident, zero fatality rate. Okay, so this we are going to achieve very soon. So what are the different hazards associated with mining? What are the different hazards associated with mining? You see, this is the man. This is the man. Here you just see, this is the underground mine. This is the underground mine. This man is working inside the mine. He's where, so uh, you just see the person. He is wearing a cap lamp. This is the cap lamp which gives you light. So without this light, he cannot see anything inside the mine. And he is wearing the gloves, hand gloves, and the entire body is covered by a jacket, so that any material falling from the roof will not damage the person. And the person is also carrying this battery, carries this battery which gives power to generate light on his cap lamp. And this is the support. This is the support given to the roof, so that the roof will not fall down. And this man is going to test the roof, whether the roof is stable or not. He is going to test it by the help of this anchor, or by the help of this um, measuring instrument. He is going to measure how much load the roof can take. Okay, so this is the scenario of your mining hazard. This is the scenario of your mining hazard. So this is the environment where you are going to work. Inside the mine, in the dark environment, you are going to mine, and that is why you have to carry a cap lamp. This is the cap lamp which is to be carried by you, and you have to wear the full jacket and the hand gloves and the battery and the gum boots, so that any falling material will not hurt you. Okay, so this is one of the scenario of your coal mining area. Okay, so here this man, you see, this is a place, a person. This is the man, the coal miner. The coal miner is dislodging the coal. This is the coal. This is the coal. Coal he is going to mine. This is the coal, black color coal he is going to mine. So with his spade, he is uh, dislodging this material, and he is wearing the cap, lamp, and the helmet. The helmet and cap lamp he is wearing to show the light, and the full jacket he is wearing, and a hand glove he is wearing, gumboots. This is the gumboot. This is the gumboot, because inside the underground mine, uh, you will get uneven surfaces, water bodies. So that is why you have to use the gumboot. You have to use the gumboot. You have to use the full jacket, and you have to use the this uh, uh, your gloves, hand gloves, your safety lamp, and the cap lamp, and the helmet, so that you protect yourself from the hazards associated with mining, underground mining. So this is the place where the people are working inside the mine. So that is why the mining is a hazardous profession. So uh, uh, the that is why the Director General Mine Safety is to look after your safety. The role of the DGMS is to look after the people's safety who are working inside the mine, who are working inside the mine. Okay. So we have already discussed some of the hazards that miners face. Miners means the people who work inside the mine are called your miners. Some hazards, there are some hazards that miners face, like sometimes caving takes place. Cavings, ground and rock fall. A rock may fall down from the roof, ground may fall down from the sides or from the roof, and caving may take place. Cavings may take place. So these are some of the hazards associated with mining. There may be side fall, there may be collapse of the pillars, there may be gas explosion, there methane gas explosion, there may be chemical leakage, there may be electrocution, electric shocks, there may be coal mine fires, underground mine fires, there may be ground movement, there may be haulage and machinery accidents, there may be miscellaneous accidents. So these are the different type of accidents uh, take place inside the mine. Cave-ins, caving means roof will fall down, ground movement, collapse of the pillars, gas explosion, methane gas explosion, chemical leakage, electrocution, electrical shocks and electrical bonds, coal mine fire, spontaneous combustion of coal, ground movement, movement of the ground, haulage, and machineries may also create hazards inside the mine. And besides that, there are some miscellaneous hazards associated with your mining activities. What is cave-ins? What is ground movement? What is roof fall? A cave-in occurs when a geologic formation, mine, or structure collapses, usually during mining or during tunneling. This underground mining accident occurs when proper safety measures have not been done on the walls and ceiling of the main mine shaft. Generally, the roof supporting is done by various techniques like rope bolting, timber bolting, uh, timber supports, steel supports, so that the roof will not fall down. To prevent the roof falls, so you have to go for roof bolting, timber supports, steel supports to arrest the to give support to the roofs. So to prevent cave-ins, to prevent roof falls. Okay. So what safety measures you have to take against cave-ins and roof falls? So to prevent the roof falls, to prevent the cave-ins, you have to take some safety measures like geomechanical properties of overlying rocks are studied in the laboratory. Geomechanical properties of the overlying rocks are studied in the laboratory, and they are scientifically designed support systems on the basis of rock mass rating are applied. Strata control cells have been established in all coal subsidiaries, and introduction of mechanized drilling by roof bolting machines have also been introduced in the mines to take care of the roof falls. Emphasis is given on development of indicators for detecting impending load on the roofs. So these are the safety measures you have to take to prevent roof fall accidents in the mines. And this is one man operated compact mechanized cable bolter that delivers long-term reinforcement to underground mines and a means for production and dilution control to mass mining methods. So this machine is a very compact mechanized cable bolter machine uh, that delivers long-term reinforcement to the underground mines, and it is a means for production and dilution control to mass mining methods. So if you see the distribution of fatal roof fall accidents by company, you will come to know that Coal India Limited, the bigger one is Coal India Limited, and this green is Singareni Collieries Company Limited, and the red one is Tisco Mines. So this is the roof fall accident company wise. If you see 2007 number of accidents, roof fall accident taken place in coal mines in Coal India Limited is 12, and in the year 2010 the number of roof fall accidents taken place in Coal India is 18, and in the year 2011 the number of roof fall accidents taken place in Coal India is 9. Okay, and if you see the TISCO is a small organization in terms of mining. So, but whatever may be, but TISCO has taken appropriate measures so that the roof is not going to fall down. So, but here in 2009, suddenly there was more than uh, there were more than 2 roof fall accidents in Tisco mines also in 2009. So this is the scenario of fatal roof fall accidents. Due to roof fall, how many people are died is being reported in this graph. So hazards caused by side fall, like your roof fall, side falls hazards are also taking place in the mines. Failure to make and keep the sides secure by providing benches of safe height and adequate width, or by sloping, creating dangerous overhang by undercutting, not taking adequate safety measures in geologically disturbed ground, collapse of partings or pillars during extraction of developed coal seams, inadequate inspection of the sites. So these are the hazards caused by sidefall accidents. Safety measures you have to take against sidefall. How to prevent the sidefall? Side of working should be kept secure. Support should be set as per systematic support rules. Fencing should be provided in unauthorized area. Stress on face mechanization to reduce exposure of workmen in active working zone. So these are the safety measures you have to take to prevent side falls. And major side fall accidents which has taken place in India are Shivrajpur Manganese Mine in Gujarat. On 1910, number of people killed is 12 because of the side fall. Bhati Bajri mines on 10th January 1983. And Bajri Badarpur sand mine on 16th and 24th January 1983. Sidefall accidents has taken place. Sidefall accidents. And good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I'm from. Yeah, there is So in the mining, coal mine gas problem in mining area. So we are going to discuss in great detail about this gas explosion, methane gas explosion. So gas explosion is a common accident in coal mines caused by the buildup of methane gas. Methane gas is responsible for the gas explosion. Methane gas and dust explosions, coal dust explosions, can also be triggered by frictional heat and electrical sparks produced by mining equipment. The presence of inflammable gases in the underground mines also causes fatal damage. So this gas explosion, methane gas explosion, we are going to discuss in the subsequent classes in greater details. So what are the measures to be taken against gas explosion? What you should do so that there will not be any gas explosion in your mines. To prevent pockets of gas, methane gas from forming, the work area must be properly ventilated at all times. You should make sure the equipment used in coal mines does not have defects that can create sparks and set off explosion. Uh, you should maintain reasonable working conditions with respect to temperature, humidity, and amount of airborne dust. These are the measures you have to take to prevent the methane gas explosion. And in coal mining areas, another problem is their fire accident, coal mine fire accidents. We have to also discuss a great detail about the fire accidents or coal mine fire, spontaneous heating of coal, uh, your spontaneous combustion of coal. So fires in mining happen due to different factors like gas leak, methane gas leak, electrical defects, flammable chemical spills because of blasting also, lighting of fire near exposure of the coal. So these are the different factors which can cause fire accidents in your mining environment. So what safety measures you have to take against the fire accidents? No petrol power equipment must be permitted to be used in the underground coal mines. Hard, uh, handheld, uh, handheld extinguishers, fire extinguishers, should be provided in various places in the mining premises. All underground equipment containing more than 100 liters of flammable hydraulic fluid must be fitted with an automatic suppression system with suitable manual activation. Storage of flammable substances must be minimized. And modern fire extinguishing systems should be introduced in your mining area, like fire sprinkler system, water spray delog system, water mist system, foam system, vehicle fire suppression, breathing apparatus, gas detection system. So these are the fire extinguishing systems you have to incorporate your mining area. Then major fire accidents has taken place in this Lady Rangi mica mine, Land Colliery, Jagannath Opencast project, New Kendra, which we have discussed in the previous class. And danger of inundation also is there. Flooding of the mines, sources of surface water like rivers and nalas, tanks and reservoirs, accumulated water in old open cast workings or in low-lying areas, which we have discussed in the previous classes. Water from these sources can enter into the underground mines through shafts and inclines, boreholes and geological disturbances like faults, broken grounds, over caved groves, the openings and breaches created by collapse of the overlying strata. And measures to be taken to prevent inundation. No working should be done vertically below any river, lake or other reservoir. Shaft sites should be located away from faults and other geological disturbances. In case of presence of highly water-bearing strata in the vicinity of the proposed working, mining should be so planned as not to disturb the water-bearing strata. So this is the trend in fatal accidents due to different causes in non-coal mines. If you see the metal mines, so roof fall accident, uh, roof fall accident, transportation machinery accident, explosive accident, electricity accident, as this is the trend in fatal accidents due to different causes in non-coal mines. Uh, non-coal roof fall. This is the roof fall, blue color. Green color is due to mining machinery, transportation machinery. This red color is explosive, and this orange color is electricity. So these are the trend in fatal accidents due to different causes in coal mines. Cause is roof fall, uh, and transportation machinery, explosive, and electricity. So the environmental hazards of mining. Uh, environmental hazards of environmental hazards of mining. Unregulated mining has the potential to release harmful substances into the soil, air, and water. So airborne hazard, several types of particulate matters, naturally occurring gases, engine exhaust, some chemical vapors. These are the airborne hazards. Physical hazards like noise, segmental vibration, heat and changes in barometric pressure, ionizing radiation. So these are the environmental hazards of mining associated with your mining activity, airborne hazard and physical hazard. And in mining area, there is a problem which is called your acid mine drainage. Acid mine drainage, heavy metal contamination, processing chemical pollution, erosion and sedimentation. So these are the different type of hazards associated with mining. This is the before mining, and before mining, rainfall filtering through the soil, surface runoff, sulfide minerals filtering to the soils, and groundwater is getting contaminated because of the mining activity. So after mining, the mine will accumulate the water here, sulfide will be there. This is the surface runoff filtering soils and groundwater. So whenever oxygen plus water and sulfide will come in contact with each other, you'll get sulfuric acid, heavy metals, and fish will not survive in that water. So extraction decreases groundwater depth and natural filtration, and increases the groundwater contamination. Groundwater contamination. Okay, so that is why uh, the different type of specific contaminants, radionuclides in you will get radionuclides in uranium mines. Dust and metal you will get in all metal mines. Okay, so because of mining, you are going to face the health hazards, physical accidents, traumatic injury remains a significant problem and ranges from trivial to the fatal. Chemical hazards, crystalline silica is a serious hazard in mining, which leads to silicotuberculosis, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, lung cancer, skin slashes with cyanide solutions are hazardous. Chemical hazards. Biological hazards are the risk of tropical diseases such as malaria and dengue substantial at some remote mining locations. Leptospirosis and ankylostomasis is also very much found in mining areas. Other psychosocial hazards and ergonomic hazards are also associated with mining. So therefore, there is a need of an effective mine closure plan. Before the mine is closed, you should go for scientific closing of the mine. Collapse of land surface over an old abandoned copper mine. Subsidence pits and troughs over abandoned underground coal mines. So other hazards which are associated with mining, explosives. You are using the explosives for the blasting purpose. So poorly designed shots can result in misfires, early ignition, and transporting machineries like your dumpers, vehicle movements, particularly while reversing, and brake failure can cause hazards. Face stability, rockfall or slide due to geomechanical properties of rock present at active working phases. So these are some of the other type of hazards associated with mining. And the electrical hazards we have seen electric shock or electric burn, ignition of fire dam or coal dust, fire arising from electric defects. So these are the electrical hazards associated with mining. Roof haulage hazards, runaway of tops due to breakage of the rope, failure of attachment to the rope, failure of couplings and drawbars. Rope should be selected properly and maintained with care. And what other safety measures you have to take to prevent these accidents? So permanent lighting should be provided in places where equipment can be hazardous. Cables should be provided with double wearing, double wear armoring. Inspection should be carried out with respect to earthing point regularly. Earthing point regularly. Okay. Storage of flammable substances must be minimized. Haulage curves should be properly designed and constructed, and bad patches in the track should be corrected. Regular examination of face must be done, and remedial measures must be taken to make it safe if there is in doubt that a collapse could take place. Vocational training should be given to mine workers to prepare themselves to face the challenges of mining. Emergency response system and emergency action plans are to be designed for mining industry. Then only, then, then only you will be able to control the hazards associated with mining. In the conclusion, we can say safety is the major concern in mining industry. The hazardous risk of any industry should be low to attain profits. In future, the mining industry may be fully modernized by advanced technology like automation and remote operations. So, uh, uh, mining was hazardous profession in earlier days. If you say now mining is hazardous, then you are wrong. In 2000 era, uh, there is no accidents in the mines. Very few accidents are, or zero accident is achieved in mining. So mining is no more a hazardous profession. Now mining is no more a hazardous operation because of introduction of advanced technology like automation, automatic operation of the equipments, by remote operation of the equipments. So the hazards are eliminated. So no person is going to the phase where the mining activities are going on. So that is why the mining is no more a hazardous profession. A lot of research activity is being conducted to control the hazards associated with mining. So now you can freely work inside the mine without expecting any danger, without expecting any hazard in your mining area. So that is in the 2020 era, in the 21st era, uh, the mining will not be a hazardous profession. Earlier in 1900 era, mining was considered as a unscientific mining, and mining was considered as a hazardous profession in 1900, in the 1900 era. But in 2000 era, in the 2000 era, the mining accidents are reduced. Mining profession is no more a hazardous profession, and in 2021 era or 21st era, there will be no accident. There will be zero accident. There will be zero accident in your mines. So that is why mining is considered as a hazardous profession in 21st century. In the 21st century, mining will not be considered as a hazardous profession. So this is all about today's class. Thank you. Thank you very much for attending the class. Wish you a very happy day. Thank you.